It's been a good episode.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
What?
This doesn't feel right to you guys, does it? This feels wrong.
I mean, yeah, that seems to be the vibe of the day.
Boys, I don't mean to alarm you, but
what?
I think I made a mistake. And that, dear listener, is just one example of how this episode could have ended, but let's rewind a bit and see if we can get a different outcome.
I've already seen what's going to happen. Dustin's going to say this movie sucks. JT's going to be late on a sound cue. I'm going to do a bad impression. None of us are going to recommend this movie. I'm Nathan Simmons.
And I'm Dustin Goes to Hollywood. And wow, that was incredible.
What was?
This episode, because this is the Silver Linings Playlist, a podcast that tries to find the silver lining in some of cinema's potential bleakest endings.
Yeah. Bits. We're doing bits today.
I like the exacerbated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So guys, this is an important episode in some ways because when I first joined the show, I have considered putting this on the schedule every single season.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally thought, why the hell not? And I want to tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
I have picked movies that I like and you guys don't enjoy. I have picked bad movies that are fun to talk about. This is the first time I've picked a movie where I haven't seen the film in question in nearly 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
And as it played, I got this sinking feeling that I fucked up.
No, you know what? No, I got stuff to say. I got some stuff to say,
but like this movie was awful.
Oh, you know what? We're already off to a rocky start because you said movie. I watched a bunch of episodes of MTV's Next.
Oh, good. Oh, yeah.
Very mean-spirited show, and I had some notes on that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess we could talk about the Nicolas Cage 2007 film Next while we're at it.
Sure.
Boy. Okay. So let me just say, if this is your first time listening to the show, apologies in advance. This is going to be a wacky time. But we are a podcast that likes to watch movies such as Next from 2007 that do not end on a happily ever after note. And we try to find the good in those endings. And Next is a movie that I feel like...
Barely.
You're right. But in the great pantheon of Nic Cage bad movies, right?
Yeah.
Up there with The Wicker Man and see previous episode Knowing and all kinds of other Nic Cage bad aughts and 2010s movies. This one has no impact on the Nic Cage bad culture movement because any Nic Cage movie that is quote unquote bad that you go and look up, you'll find tons of podcasts to talk about it. There's like How Did This Get Made? We'll do it. We Hate Movies will do it. Honest Trailers and all these other big, entertainment focused podcasts or outlets. They will cover all of them. The Wicker Man's been done to death.
Yeah.
This one, there is nothing. There's no one remembers this movie.
Well, and the reason that I remember it and the reason that I put it on the schedule is I do think, along with the movie I've talked about previously, The Devil Inside, I think this has one of the most insulting non-endings I've ever seen for a movie.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember thinking, you can do that? Fuck you at the end of this movie?
No, you can't, by the way. No, you can't.
And you shouldn't. And I've also on this podcast gone on record multiple times because I keep picking Nicolas Cage movies saying Nicolas Cage is always good. And I'm here to tell you, he's bad in this movie. Everyone is bad in this movie.
Everyone.
Julianne Moore is delivering a performance that is like sub NBC cable show like level. It is crazy how bad she is in this movie. And I love Julianne Moore.
What dirt did the producers of this movie have on Julianne Moore? Why is she doing this?
No, I think someone came to her and said, we love how you played Clarice Starling. Can you do that again? But also you're both Mulder and Scully at the same time. Yeah, Cage just seems bored in this. The direction is bad. And in most of those bad Cage movies that we're talking about, there's at least like a nugget of interest from his performance, right? Like Willy's Wonderland is a terrible movie, but his mute performance is interesting in it. Prisoners of the Ghostland, he's doing weird, cool shit in it. This is just a big bowl of nothing, and it doesn't even follow its own internal lot. My wife was so mad watching this movie, trying to understand how the powers work.
His wife was so mad.
My wife.
His wife. Yeah, this movie asked the age-old question, what if something happened next? And there was a time, JT, I don't know if you remember this, but there was a time when we traveled and stayed with you guys in Dothan, and we put this movie on. And the scene where Julianne Moore comes into his garage, they have a whole scene.
Yes.
And then it kind of rewinds and it's like, just kidding. We turned it off.
Yeah.
We turned it off at that point.
I completely forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley paused it and said, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
Was she there?
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. But now that you mention it, and I watched this movie and none of that rang a bell.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
It's so bad. Like,
yeah.
There's so much bad stuff in this movie that it kind of goes full circle, comes around again to not being interesting to talk about in a weird way. It's just like,
no, that was my big concern, is that we're just not. I think this might be, thankfully, after our recent run, a shorter episode.
Yeah, well, it's more interesting to talk around the movie than the actual plot. Like, it's more interesting to talk about the decisions that went into making this thing, the production and all of it, more so than the plot. But we'll get there when we get there. Before we get into the info dump, Nathan, tell me about the first time you saw this and what your reaction was at the time, other than you can do that question mark.
I think it was because, I mean, I've always been a Nic Cage fan, and I remember thinking the concept for this was fun. And on top of that, this is incredibly loosely based on a Philip K. Dick short story. So the trailers were plastering, which, by the way, this has almost nothing to do with that short story, but the trailers were plastering from the author of Minority Report and Blade Runner all over the place. So I was like, I gotta check it out. And I just remember at the time thinking, there's some fun ideas here. And I will go to bat for like one sequence in this movie, but otherwise it's a real slog.
Yeah.
And I also remember, I think the original VHS release or DVD release had "From the director of Die Another Day" on the box art, which is like, don't announce that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there. I was confounded by this thing, actually sitting down and watching it. But here's the thing about this podcast in particular. Every time you listen to it, it changes because you listen to it and that changes everything else.
Sure.
With that, we'll get into the info dump.
My prophecy came true.
No, I did it for the bit.
Oh, thank you.
The year is 2007. The director is Lee Tamahori, a director that when I first saw the name, I was like, it sounds familiar. Why do I know that name? And then I started looking at his filmography. He's the director of Once Were Warriors, Along Came a Spider, Die Another Day, as previously mentioned, and Triple X, State of the Union. You had to wait for the colon there.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's the one with Ice Cube, right?
It sure is. And pretty much nothing else. That's pretty much it. The film stars Nicolas Cage, Julianne Moore, Jessica Biel, Thomas Kretschmann, Tory Kittles, and Peter Falk. I don't know why Peter Falk is in this movie.
His character is baffling in this movie.
Columbo himself.
This was his next to last film before he passed away.
Oh, that's sad. Isn't that sad?
He literally said, one more thing.
Wow. The budget. This is confounding. The budget, $70 million.
That's crazy.
And it only grossed $78 million worldwide. Currently has a 28% on Rotten Tomatoes and was nominated. I know we don't like to talk about it too much, but I feel like this one is interesting to talk about. Nominated at the Razzies for Worst Actor for Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Because
it was shared with his performances in Ghost Rider and National Treasure Book of Secrets.
Oh.
But he lost to Eddie Murphy in Norbit. And Worst Supporting Actress nomination for Jessica Biel, shared with her performance in I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry.
Oof.
Kind of Verge.
Sure.
And she lost to Lindsay Lohan in I Know Who Killed Me.
Of course. Of course. Norbit, Brian Wilson's favorite movie.
Get the fuck out of here.
Do you know that?
I do know that. Get the fuck out of here.
And for the drink of the film, I sought out a drink that had the exact energy of this movie, and I am drinking a hard
Molasses?
Baja.
Oh.
I'm drinking a hard Baja Blast Zero Sugar. And it, by the way, it tastes terrible.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
You hate your stomach. Beans, fucking Baja Blast.
He's making up a cocktail in there.
That seems to be the thread this season, is just me punishing my body for the bit.
Can I tell you too, also, to go along with the whole this movie doesn't exist thing, Roger Ebert didn't even review it. Like, just straight up, it's a Nicolas Cage movie. This was promoted as like a movie. Didn't even bother.
It was promoted as a movie.
But not, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like direct to DVD or any of this other shit. Like, it was promoted by the studio as like, here is a Nicolas Cage movie right at the kind of the peak of him being a huge movie star, right?
Yeah.
In the aughts?
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, like you said, he headlined a Marvel movie the same year.
I don't know. All right, let's watch the trailer, which I have never seen. I am interested to see how much goofing around this trailer wants to do with rewinding and all other sorts of fucking nonsense. So here we go.
The number of Kubrick nods in this movie is insulting.
Yeah.
Tell me what just happened. What did you see?
Gojira.
Gojira.
What did you see, weird man?
My hair, it's trying to leave my body.
Boy, my first note. What is going on with this hairpiece?
The ability to see things before they happen.
By the way, my wife has pointed out,
His wife pointed out.
my Nicolas Cage impression is just male Jennifer Coolidge. These gays are trying to kill me.
Has a price.
You can see things before they happen.
Only my future, except with you.
That shit is so fucking funny.
The shot of her exploding is so good. It's so funny. Yeah, how dare you, the author of Minority Report.
I believe that the urgency of the situation compels the use of any and all resources to obtain Chris Johnson.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't he leave Las Vegas? Ayo.
He did. You're right.
None of them are good for you.
Millions of lives are at risk. You could prevent a major catastrophe.
I don't want you to die.
Yeah, everyone's just kind of sleepwalking through this movie.
Yeah.
Was this before or after he crashed a plane on the Las Vegas Strip
Oh.
with a plane full of convicts?
Well,
We
after.
all are. Let's try to keep it that way.
You may think
The laziest version of the Matrix dodge.
but nothing can prepare you.
Don't do it.
For Nicolas Cage's next.
Why does he do like a superhero landing pose right there?
Because he wants to look cool at all times.
A superhero landing standing up?
Yes.
Just, there's no landing to it.
Oh, man. Next.
Also, I'm going to say, bad title.
Oh, terrible title. Well, it's originally based on a short story called The Golden Man.
Right.
Which is about a feral mutant with golden skin that can see into the future that is going to be exterminated by the government.
Yeah.
And it uses its power to see into the future to seduce a woman and escape from a lab. That's the whole short story.
Well, it's also the weirdest sequel to The Golden Child you could ever have.
Yeah, that kid grew up and is weird. And then the original screenplay by Gary Goldman was about these nefarious Homeland Security agents who wanted to kidnap Chris, like amputate his arms and legs and basically use him as like a terrorist detection unit.
Sure.
And so there's an actual reason in the original screenplay for him to run away from the government instead of helping them save the world.
Yeah.
And they rewrote it so that the government were also the good guys
Yeah.
in the final version of the film. And so it just turns out that we have a protagonist who doesn't care if millions of people are going to die. He's just a piece of shit.
He's just a big piece of shit.
And he just farts around with Jessica Biel until the world ends.
It's so bizarre, this movie. And I mean, this is nothing new, right? We've seen this kind of set up a little bit with like the government trying to use people that have powers. I mean, Stranger Things is that, The Fury by Brian De Palma, Firestarter, like. But this one, yeah, it's weird that like, oh no, the government's also the good guys.
Yeah.
And his only reason for not helping is he's just like apathetic.
I don't care.
There's one line of dialogue where he's like, well, if I do what you want me to do, you'll just keep me locked in this room forever. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of something.
It's a little bit of lip service.
Yeah.
So since this movie doesn't exist, we should throw out, this is about a guy named Chris Johnson, played by Nicolas Cage, an incredibly generic name. Well, he also goes by Frank Cadillac.
Well, there's that, but he also made that H in his name disappear because he's a magician and he spells his name Chris.
That's right.
Like the cool way to spell Chris.
Like Crisco. He can see 2 minutes into the future, and he's basically used that to eke out a living as a magician and a con man. And the government wants to use him to find a nondescript terrorist cell that has stolen a bomb, who work for a major bad guy that we never see and is never identified. There's literally one line of dialogue where Thomas Kretschmann is like, the man who's giving us our orders thinks Chris Johnson's important.
The villains of this movie, I think French terrorists?
Some are French, yeah. Some are German.
They have less defining characteristics than whoever is the villain of Top Gun. Like,
right.
There's just question mark, just a blank face, whatever.
That's kind of Thomas Kretschmann's deal, right? Like, I need vaguely Euro trash bad guy. Let's get is Thomas Kretschmann available?
Yeah.
And so he realizes he can see further into the future when he's around this sweet, sexy lady that he keeps seeing in his visions.
Oh, God.
Who weirdly falls in love with him at first sight.
Who is also 18 years his junior.
Oh, I know. It was so... We saw when the credits started rolling, Ashley goes, "Oh, Julianne Moore's in this. Is she the love interest?" And I was like, "Nope, the next person is." So Jessica Biel, and she goes, "Oh no."
So Jessica Biel could not have been the first choice for this role, right? There's no way.
I don't know. I mean, that we paired Cage up with Eva Mendes this same year, right?
I feel like that's more age appropriate, though, right? Isn't Eva Mendes a little closer to his age? I think so.
I don't know. Cage is. Cage, this was during the period of time where Cage was like extra smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like he was caking on the bronzer, so it was impossible to tell how old he is. He looks not real in this movie.
He looks unwell.
He's orange. His teeth are so bright.
Can I tell you who he looks like? A little bit?
No, I know.
The thinning hairline, the excess bronzer, the excess white teeth. It's not doing any favors.
The seeming invincibility. Did you guys have the same problem where you couldn't understand how the powers worked?
Oh, I mean... Yeah.
It just changes depending on the scene. Like sometimes he's just able to anticipate things, but other times he's able to play out 15 different scenarios at one time. And if he does that, are those happening in real time for him? Or like, it's so strange.
Every time they do this, he can see to the future shit, it changes based on whatever they feel like doing. Because the first time, an entire kind of scene plays out and then it cuts back and like, nope, that didn't happen. Let's redo it.
Right.
And then when we get to the diner, yeah, it is like, here's 15 different scenarios. And I finally got the one that makes this woman talk to me.
Right.
And then at the end of the movie, he splits off into multiple different variants of himself to go explore a ship.
Do you know what it is? This was the original Madam Web.
Oh, yeah. Believe me, I was thinking Madam Web big time watching this thing.
It's Madam Web in the factory from Jet Li's The One.
Which is not even a factory. It's on a ship, but it feels like a factory.
That's right. And I've been calling this movie Nicolas Cage's Next all week.
Well, because just Next is just not a title. It's not a title.
No.
The SEO is terrible, first of all.
I was about to say, yeah, unsearchable.
But yeah, he's this aging magician that's working in Las Vegas, barely getting by, like barely anyone shows up to see him. But he's just so unimaginative with if I had these powers, dude, I would be Martin Sheen in The Dead Zone. I'd be the president doing nefarious shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I know what's about to happen, so let me just avert that real quick. And he's just like, I don't know, I'll count cards, basically.
Right. For 10 seconds makes you think, this movie that makes you think it's going to be fun, right?
Yeah.
He walks out on stage, says, "Here's to world peace," and releases like 7 doves. And I laughed so hard that I cried. Like, and I was like, oh, maybe this is going to be great. But nope.
All this is like, he's clearly cheating at gambling, but the head of security at this casino can't prove it. And because he's been doing this in multiple different places, it puts him in the crosshairs of the FBI, which I find incredibly strange.
Sure.
But then he has this quote. There's a little bit of voiceover in the movie. Not too much, though. But he says, here's the thing about the future. Every time you look at it, it changes because you looked at it. And that changes everything else. What? What?
Yeah.
What do you mean when you look at this is a solely unique thing that you have to deal with.
You experience. Yeah.
It's so fucking stupid.
It's really dumb. And it's also dumb that like sometimes the way the power works is he can influence the future if you're thinking about him.
I don't know, man.
Like there's a bit where like they're watching him on a security camera and they're like, oh yeah, you entered his consciousness and now he can think about the future. But then later they're like, hey, Jessica Biel, send him to the bathroom so you can drug him. He won't sense it.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't understand how any of this shit works. It seems to be made up per scene.
Right.
But he has this kind of escape sequence where he stops a shooting in this casino, because there's people that rob casinos point blank with a gun.
I mean, they say the guy he's tackled is wanted for 2 casino killings. And I was like, that's not a category of crime.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing. But yeah, he walks up to this lady, the banker, I guess, and like shoots her fucking dead in the heart. Shoots the security guard in the heart. Nic Cage sees all this happen. The scene rewinds, basically. He stops the shooting, but the security guard thinks he's the one with the gun, which the security footage clearly shows is not the case.
He disarms him. Yeah. And I gotta say, Nic Cage doesn't help himself by yelling, "It was his gun." Like, just like not an excuse that I'd ever consider using.
No.
It's so fucking funny. But yeah, then he starts escaping through this casino, like pretending he's someone else playing slots. He does elaborate shit like steal a man's cowboy hat to blend in.
I do enjoy some of this. Like we don't have to see the jump every single time. We can watch him like lean behind somebody at the right exact moment, or light a cigarette, or like bend down to pick up his change like at the exact right time. Some of that's kind of fun blocking, but it's also nonsense.
Well, I like the idea of this whole like blending in, trying to escape. I mean, the Bourne movies had been coming out at this point. Like, Casino Royale had been coming out at this. I think it would have been better with, like you said, some better blocking, some better direction, but it just feels kind of boring. Like he just goes to the bathroom, waits for this guy to start washing his face, and then steals his hat. And like, that's it.
And then we get this car chase that is, I think, one of the worst filmed car chases I've ever seen in a major motion picture, because
it's up there with Saw 1's car chase.
Much like that one, it's a bunch of wides of a car going by and then a zoom into the driver's side window.
Yeah.
And it just repeats those 2 shots until Nicolas Cage gets hit by a train.
It's very funny, but it is one of the first of many, many annoying just kidding moments where we see him get
terrible CGI.
He tries to pull off that jump at the end of the first Fast and Furious where he jumps in front of a speeding train, but he gets fucking clobbered. And then it like zooms out to a wide and you see, oh, it's actually his car way in the back. Like he just foresaw the future.
Right.
And knows to like speed up or whatever. And it's just
right. His adjustment is just go faster.
Yeah.
Like no shit.
So he gets back to his house, and I just kept thinking, this movie is like, what if we just took those premonition scenes at the beginning of every Final Destination movie and just played them back to back? Like, it makes everything so uninteresting, because anytime someone dies or gets hurt in the movie, it just kind of resets.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that was an alternate version of what could have happened. And
right.
Like, God damn it.
And it's like, it's false suspense. It's the same problem we talked about with Madame Web, where it's like, well, I know this scene's not real.
Yeah.
Because Nicolas Cage isn't going to die 10 minutes into his movie.
Well, Madame Web had the good graces to know that we can't do an entire movie like that. We can only do it a little bit here and there. This movie. I've never been so fucking mad.
I know. That's why I picked it. And also, I looked away for 1 second and suddenly Columbo's on screen.
I know.
And I don't know what his relationship is with this guy.
I thought maybe it was a little bit of Bryan Cranston, Ryan Gosling in Drive kind of energy.
Okay.
Like, you just work for me and you could stay here, but it almost seems like he's his uncle.
I feel like I'm watching the 3rd episode of the Frank Cadillac Adventures,
Sure,
right? Like,
sure.
Where Columbo is like, yeah, his Alfred, basically, his man in the chair. But he's not. He's just like, hey, you met that girl yet?
There had to have been a scene.
Like his whole energy.
There had to have been a scene that was cut where the terrorists go to him.
Right.
And try to torture him to get...
He vanishes from this movie.
Yeah.
But then he makes a comment. He's like, you can't just keep stealing cars or something like that. And I'm just like, so this is a thing?
Oh, yeah. It's a sequel to Gone in 60 Seconds. Yeah.
He brings everything over to Columbo's light up garage and they play some pool.
I wrote down he lives at the Blinking Light Factory because that's all this place is. Yeah, he's like bringing hot stolen vehicles to his garage. He's like, it's fine. Park it out back. Like, what? What do you mean? And then, of course, the LoJack gets him caught. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's stolen how many cars and he doesn't know about trackers? Like,
I don't know.
Yeah, and Peter Falk is just giving him, like, exposition. He's like, hey, you can't keep stealing cars, making people chase you. You got to forget about this girl you've been seeing in your dreams. Like,
it's so fucking weird.
So weird.
So, yeah, we cut back to the casino that all this shit happened at, and Julianne Moore's there with her boss, and she's like, yeah, this guy, Frank Cadillac, it said, which he's been on our radar. Go ahead, Dave.
We learned that he named himself Frank Cadillac by combining 2 of his favorite things, Frankenstein and Cadillac cars, which is, I think, one of the funniest lines I've heard in a long time.
It is very funny. It is very funny.
This movie, more than most, you can tell when a line of dialogue was a Nic Cage note.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there was this Italian painter. Like that shit is 100%. I'd like to meet their shaman. Like, that's 100% Nic Cage.
He acquired this script and rewrote it to like fit what he wanted the movie to be about. So I don't doubt that at all.
Well, it's the same thing with like Johnny Blaze doing Elvis impressions in Ghost Rider, because they were like, that was not, David Goyer's been like, that wasn't in the script. That was all Nick. He thought it'd be funny if Johnny Blaze was like Elvis Presley. And he came up with the fact that he eats jelly beans out of a martini glass. I was like, oh, cool. We just let him do that.
Yeah, you do. You sure do let him do that. But it puts Nicolas Cage on Julianne Moore's crosshairs.
Right.
And she's like, look, I don't think he's lucky with all this casino shit he's doing. I think he's got the gift of foresight.
Right.
And then her boss is casually like, we don't have time for this. Some Russian nuclear bomb went missing. I'm like, oh, I bet that's important. And
yeah. What's so funny is so many times in this movie, the Jim Beaver as the FBI director, who somehow looks like both Bryan Cranston and Dave Koechner at the same time,
and his toy beaver.
There's so many scenes where he tells.
Oh, that's Dave Coulier.
Dave Coulier.
It's been a long day.
It took me a second to figure out why I recognized him, and he basically plays the same character in The Boys, Dakota Bob.
Sure.
He says something to the effect of like, there's so many scenes where he's basically like, we don't have time for this. They're going to attack American soil. We're all going to die. And Julianne Moore is just like, listen here, fuckface. I need Nicolas Cage and I need him now. And he's like, all right, I'll go with it. Like that scene happens like no less than 3 times.
We will talk about the big scene where that happens. That is so fucking funny.
It's funny to me because it cuts to her talking about his powers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the same reaction that like I was thinking is like, there's a nuclear bomb missing.
Yep.
Could you cut the shit and quit fucking around with this dude with magic?
Yeah.
And then just immediately it's like, I'll give you 5 days.
Yeah.
I'm just like, there's a nuke missing.
And it feels like she's doing like an impression of Tommy Lee Jones in The Fugitive. Like she's got a Southern accent sometimes.
Yep.
She's going for stoic and tough, but it just comes off like bored.
Yeah.
Her and Cage both come off so bored in this movie.
Well, she shows up to his residence and there's a whole scene where she's talking to Nic Cage. She's like, I need your help finding this missing bomb. But it turns out that this is just an alternate version of what would have happened if Nic Cage hadn't looked into the future, saw this was about to happen, and said, oh, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And this is where I turned it off when I was when me and JT were watching this.
Okay. So a couple things about this. So he knew the threat level.
Threat level midnight.
I was just about to say, I was biting my tongue trying to let JT finish.
Sorry.
He could help them find this nuke and save a bunch of people.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. He also knew that the whole stolen car thing was going to go. There was no threat here. And he's like, I got to fucking go.
Yeah.
But out of all these dumbass like fake flash forwards and stuff like that, give us one where they do have his arms and legs cut off in a fucking chair somewhere.
Right. Show us what the consequences are if he does go with them. Exactly.
Yeah.
No, instead it comes off like a guy who's like, I do not care if millions of people die. I gotta go have my diner martini.
Well, we'll talk about that, but it also comes off like a guy who's like screening his calls. He's like, oh, just stop calling me, please.
By the way, I keep getting phone calls every day from someone who just says, I'm calling from the bank and they want all of my information. And I'm just like, you guys are so fucking late. Like, scammers have gotten so lazy.
Yep.
Like, all you have to do is tell me you're from the bank, and 9 times out of 10, someone's going to fall for it.
My favorite is getting the emails that are like, yeah, we're from PayPal. And it's like, the email address is a bunch, like you smash your hand on the keyboard at scam.com. And then the email itself is a crusty JPEG that looks like it's text. Like, that's my favorite.
I also liked the guy who emailed you and said that he had videos of you jerking off.
I was like, release them. Go put them up.
Wait, that happened?
Yeah.
JT, I recorded an email as the Riddler because it read like something Paul Dano in The Batman would have said.
Yep.
And it's just like,
I found photos of you touching yourself.
And I was like, do I look good at them or do I look bad? Anyways, at the same time that this not scene is happening, there's these 2 mysterious people pretending to be part of the gaming commission that interrogate the head of the casino security for more information about Nic Cage before killing him. A lot of throat slicing in this movie.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
To the point where like that's like one of the bad guys' signature moves. They're like, yeah, we found this sex worker with her throat sliced, just like the gambling guy.
Yeah, just like the night slasher.
Pretty hair.
When I saw that scene, I was like, okay, these must be the bad guys. And then literally 5 seconds later, I got my answer because it cuts away before he does it. So I was like, okay, he's threatening them for information. He'll pop back up later.
Yeah.
Nope. Off screen, his throat slit. And I'm just like, okay, they are the bad guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to make any sense, but the way this introduction to the bad guys is shot and the way that they're dressed and just their performances, it reminded me of the bad guys in Home Alone 3.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
Like just vague Euro trash.
Oh
yes.
my God.
The one where they finally got it right.
Who is the lead of that group? That dude is so fucking funny.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Bowl cut he's got or whatever.
Yeah. Oh man.
I'm so glad I'm not the only one who's seen Home Alone 3.
I watched it a lot because I had it on VHS.
Me too. Scarlett Johansson first movie, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Not good.
No.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it forever, but I forgot she was in it.
It's one of my favorite pitch meeting jokes where he's like, and Alex has a big sister who looks like she's going to kill herself on Vormir.
Would this movie be better if Brian Johnson was one of the terrorists and the whole time he's like instigating Julianne Moore? He's like, come on, pig.
I want your eyes, pig. Actually, it would be a better movie. If this movie was Cobra, it's a better movie.
If this movie was Cobra 2, I'd be into it.
Cobra 2, next.
Next Cobra.
More.
Yeah, there's this weird thing with Nic Cage where he talks about the one time he was able to see more than 2 minutes into his future. He was at a diner and he was having a martini and it was 8:09 and he doesn't know if that's AM or PM, which is a fucking joke because it is bright as hell outside these windows.
In the vision, it's super bright.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's like, I was having a martini and in walked the most beautiful woman I'd ever seen. And I just have to see her. I got to meet her. So every day he goes to this same diner from 8 a.m. to 8:09 a.m. and from 8 p.m. to 8:09 p.m.
Right.
And he waits and no one ever shows up. And then he goes there this time and
there she is.
And walks Jessica Biel. And I got to say, this is like one notch above a Waffle House-esque diner. I don't know why they're serving martinis, but okay.
Well, I kept thinking it was the Winkies from Mulholland Drive.
Yeah.
Like he's like, she walks in. The other vision I have is I go outside and there's a fucking dumpster witch.
Oh God. JT, have you seen Mulholland Drive?
No, I have not.
Oh, okay.
You sent us the dumpster witch the other day in the group chat.
Oh, no, I know where the dumpster witch is from. I've just never seen the movie.
Oh, okay.
We got to do Mulholland Drive maybe on this show.
God. We got to bring my wife on. She loves that movie. My wife.
His wife. So, yeah, in walks Jessica Biel. And then this is so fucking unsettling. It's like she walks in, she sits down, and then we get multiple different variations of him trying to talk to her.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work out. My favorite is where he goes to get up out of his chair, and from across the diner, she puts her hands up and she goes, please, just don't. And he sits back down.
Which is like, why wouldn't she have done it the other times?
Oh, it's so funny.
There is a one shot that cracked me up, though. Like, the shot was from the point of view of her table.
Yeah.
But looking at him, and he's just like staring.
Dude.
With his eyes wide, and he's smiling. I was just all like, oh my God.
It really made me laugh. And I also love his first attempt is, I got a question about the coffee, the bean they use.
Yeah. And she goes, well, why wouldn't you ask the fucking waitress? And why are you asking me? But I got to tell you, as Jessica Biel, you walk into a diner and you see this face looking at you. Wouldn't you not also? I'm showing them a screenshot, but he looks like a peacock that's been weathered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would also be like, please don't talk to me.
I Googled, I was trying to find a specific shot. I think the one JT's talking about where he's smiling at her. I tried to find a specific shot to send to you guys. And when I Googled, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You know what this looks like? This is like whenever Tucker Carlson will ask a question, and this is the exact expression he gives while someone is answering it.
You're right.
He looks confused, like he farted, but he's never felt that feeling before. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but please continue.
No, it's okay. I Googled Nicolas Cage next diner scene, and there was like a Facebook group that was like famous filming locations, and the admin had like taken a photo at the bar, like reenacting that shot. And I said, the concept of someone reenacting scenes from Next like is so insane to me.
Oh, you're not wrong. But yeah, in walks her abusive boyfriend, ?
Right.
I think. Tracks her down to this diner.
His name's Kendall.
Cage interrupts, and again, this is where we get multiple variations of him trying to talk to her.
He has a fight.
Yeah, he tries to fight him, and it doesn't work out.
Does he make money come out of Kendall's nose?
I don't know what that's about. I guess because he's a magician.
Yeah, he puts this guy in a headlock, and then a ton of quarters like come out of his face.
No, he just decided to do that at that moment. His nose just decided to do that.
Oh, cool. It's a good acting choice, I think.
His blood is made of coins. That's what happens there. But yeah, so he decides, like, he looks into the future and he sees the best possible thing he can do is just let this guy deck him in the jaw.
Yeah.
And he does. And then, yeah, Jessica Biel feels sorry for him and picks him up. And
ladies weirdly don't like it when you beat the shit out of their ex-boyfriend and you're a stranger.
Very weird.
But the scene where he's throwing punches and he's just dodging all of them.
Yeah.
I thought for what it was, the choreography to time that and get those shots were really cool.
It's not bad. He's smiling the whole time, which is a fun choice.
Yeah.
It's Cage trying to do a little drunken master action.
Yeah, okay,
I
that's
think.
the vibe it was given.
Oh, in these visions where he walks into the table and the guy's like, who the hell are you? And he goes, I'm her future. I was like, okay, that's a pretty good line.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. But then, yeah, like he's talking with her in the booth and he's like, your look is going to change. And she goes, what are you, a leprechaun? And he goes, ha 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 ha. This laugh is insane.
It's wild. Yeah, he laughs so hard that it makes me think maybe he is a leprechaun.
Well, it also made me think, I don't know if I've ever seen Nic Cage laugh genuinely in a movie. Like it always seems like whenever he laughs, he's like insane. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, she goes, you're not a psycho, right? And I'm like, did you not hear that laugh he just gave you, lady? Please run.
Right.
Ugh. And something weird's going on with his teeth in this movie, too.
They look like chiclets. I don't like it.
Yeah.
And then the next chunk of the movie is he just goes to work with her.
I don't know. Well, she works in another state.
Yeah.
Well, can I also ask, Julianne Moore shows up to this diner. How does she know about this diner? Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just making sure.
It's the FBI does.
So this is what I'm thinking happened, and I guarantee there's a scene cut here. Whenever she shows up at the garage, she goes, oh, I just missed him, didn't I? I guarantee there's a scene where she talks to Peter Falk and he's like, oh, every day at 8, blah, 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 he goes to this diner.
Oh, I think that is true.
Yeah.
I think that does. Yes. Okay.
You kind of need that for the movie to make sense.
Right. Yeah. We just kind of accompany her to work. She's taking presents to a kid at the reservation. Whose kids are these? Because these performances are dire.
Before we get there, though, we do get cut away to these mysterious people that killed the casino security guy.
Oh, sure.
We find out there's the people who stole the Russian nuke.
Right.
And they're like, well, we got to get rid of Nic Cage before he can intervene in their plot. Why he's on their radar too, I don't know. But
they say the man, there's the literary line where one of them says, the man down there thinks that Nic Cage is a threat to us. And like they're literally referring to the main
devil?
bad guy who is not, I mean, that would be the man downstairs says you gotta find Nicolas Cage. Yeah, they literally are referring to like the main bad guy that we never meet in the movie.
Well, also to further clear this up, yeah, I guess they're in Arizona. I mean, I guess maybe Nevada.
Sure.
Because they're in Las Vegas. But he's like, hey, can you give me a ride? I need to go to Flagstaff. And she's like, oh, that's just where I'm going.
Right.
I'm like, that's in Arizona. That's a long drive for her to be going to work.
Right.
Yeah, she works on this Native American reservation. And she's like, I got to bring a present to one of my kids. You're right. It's this scene where she's talking to a bunch of kids. And
is he your boyfriend?
Oh, the ADR is awful.
It's really bad.
The location's nice, but it is thrown off by how clearly this is ADR. But yeah, this kid's like, I gotta play it. It's my favorite part of the movie. Before I play the clip, it is the scene where she goes, yeah, is he your boyfriend? No. Why would you ask that? Because he looks at the way my brother looks at his girlfriend or whatever.
Oh, God.
The way the scene is constructed, there's almost no cutaway they could have done to Nic Cage that would not make him look fucking crazy. But you know it's coming.
The choice is so good.
He looks like a ventriloquist dummy when it cuts over to him.
I'm so glad you pulled this.
Who's that man you're with? Is he your boyfriend?
No, he's not my boyfriend. He's just my friend.
I think he likes you.
Well, why would you say that?
Because he looks at you like my brother.
Like, you know you're going to cut away to this, and then this is what she sees. Why does he look like that? He looks like a Madame Tussauds version of himself.
Oh
like,
my
it's
God.
so weird.
And then he does close-up magic for the kids, and the music is telling us this is a romantic moment for Liz, like watching this.
The magic that he does to woo this woman is so fucking funny.
So good.
We cut, and it's her sleeping in the car, and it's raining, and he's driving.
She's snuggling him.
And I'm like, why would you let this fucking maniac drive your car? Like,
because they're in love, man. Like, they both like rain.
Well, that line, oh my God.
I like rain. I like rain too. This counts as dialogue.
This counts as courting someone. And also, did I miss something? Because where are they traveling to?
To Flagstaff, I guess, still, or somewhere else. I guess there's just continuing on.
Okay, I thought the reservation was in Flagstaff, and then
I don't know. I don't.
No, she made a comment about how I got to make a stop on the way.
Right.
It might be a couple hours.
That's what it was.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
So where does the nuke comes off in L.A.? Long Beach?
I don't know.
Okay.
I truly don't know.
Great. I love that. None of us know. 3 people watch this movie. We couldn't tell you.
Well, I could not follow the geography of this movie.
Okay. What if it was Boston?
I was so taken with their romance, man, because he'll just occasionally list facts. He's like, yeah, there's this Italian painter. He like describes the meaning of beauty, and he's talking about the stars, and he's talking about one time it rained fish, and I realized their romance is just a deeply autistic man just sharing facts with her till she's charmed. And I nudged Ashley on the couch and I said, "It us."
Yeah, they decided they got to stop off at this cabin because the storm is too strong. And so he's like, I'll sleep in the car.
But there's only one bed.
Yeah, I know. This cabin, though, is fucking cozy looking. I'll tell you that.
And she says, before he says goodnight to her, he tells her a joke about a Zen master ordering a hot dog and saying, I'll have one with everything.
What is up with Nic Cage telling these weird jokes in the middle of his movie? Like Mandy's got the Eric Estrada
Nicolas
one.
Cage from Eric Estrada from I almost said Nicolas Cage from Chips.
Nicolas Cage from Next. That's where you're mistaken.
He steps out the door and she clutches her chest like, I am going to die if I do not get him inside of me.
Oh, God damn it.
Jesus.
That's the subtext.
This is where one of the mini scenes where we cut back to Julianne Moore and these FBI agents. And this shit is so fucking useless.
Yeah.
Because they're always like, we got him. He's at this location. And then they get there and he's already on to the next location. Like the FBI as a organization, much like in the real world nowadays, fucking useless.
Useless.
So fucking funny to me that they're like, we got him. Where is he? Oh, we just missed him.
He's gone now.
She should be let go of her position.
Yeah.
Because the FBI, the boss is like, we got confirmation that there's a nuke in LA. And she goes, we need to use all resources to find this
Christopher Johnson,
this 2-bit Vegas magician.
2-bit.
And he's like, you're right.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
But Chris isn't bothered. Meanwhile, he's using close-up magic to seduce Jessica Biel, who's just walking around in the hotel in a towel, and she's like, what?
I was so mad. I was so mad. She comes walking out of the bathroom, having just showered with her hair wet, and she's in a towel. And then Nic Cage is sitting at the table, and he looks up and sees her, and she goes, what? I'm like, girl, please.
Girl, come on.
Come on.
So he burns a paper rose and tells her she's beautiful, and she goes, wow. And it's a genuine wow. I will contend. No one is good in this movie, but Jessica Biel may be giving the best performance in the movie because she is having to make us believe that she's in love with this freak.
That's true. That's true. And I'm like, y'all got negative chemistry, lady. Come on.
I know. It's awful.
They're magnets repelling one another.
Like, what a jump from you got to sleep in the car to let me just walk out in a towel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I'll take this man that I just met at a diner who got assaulted by my ex-boyfriend. I'll let him drive my car.
Mm-hmm.
We'll sleep in this hotel room together, and then I'll fuck his brains out, I guess.
But he knows magic.
And apparently the sex is so good that she just walks into traffic with a smile on her face right after.
God, and this is like at that time too where the contrast was turned up to 11, the windows were blown out.
It's so yellow. This movie's so yellow.
Got that you would think we're in Mexico with this piss yellow filter that's on this stuff, but yeah, everyone convenes on this lodge that they're staying at. The FBI, the terrorists, everyone shows up here.
Yeah.
And yeah, Julianne Moore intercepts Jessica Biel outside and shows her this video of Nic Cage stopping the casino shooting from the beginning.
And she's like, he's crazy. You got to drug him. She doesn't even show. Jessica Biel doesn't ask for any ID. Yeah. Julianne Moore shows up and says, I need you to get in my car. I'm an agent. And she's like, oh, okay. Like gets in the car.
I don't know if I was like responded to a text or something during that scene because when I came back watching, I heard her say he's a sociopath, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, wait, did I miss something? Like, where did they come up with this idea? Like, what are they trying to do? I was so lost through it.
Well, she shows her the video of Nic Cage stopping this would-be shooting, and her summation is, oh, I've been duped by a con man. I'm
right.
Like, how did you get from that? How'd you get from A to B there? Show me your math. I want to see how you got there.
But luckily, she returns to the motel room and remembers how magic his dick was, and she can't go through with the plan. She says, you need to drug him. You need to wait 2 minutes after he's out of the room so that he can't sense you're going to drug him.
Yep.
Which we know that's not how it works, according to the last scene where Julianne Moore explained his powers.
But it could be, because who the fuck knows?
And then we cut to Julianne Moore in a room where she's timing the event as though she can see Nicolas Cage is shaving his face in the bathroom. Like, this movie's so fucking dumb.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They're like, well, we can't drug him because then he'll know. So you got to do it. And you got to wait at least 2 minutes after you get back. Otherwise, he'll be able to see into the future, whatever.
Right.
And then she does put a drug in the drink, but then she just can't bring herself to do it. So she tells him everything.
Even though we know that when he's with her, he can see even further in the future.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, he proves his precog abilities by like quoting the TV before it happens, which I think is kind of good.
I think that's a good bit. Yeah.
Okay, that is, but let's back up just a second. So he turns the TV volume up because the FBI, he knows they're listening, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That means they also heard her saying, I just can't do it. They wanted me to drug you.
Right. Right.
She's got a wire on, right?
Who knows?
How else would they be able to listen?
I don't know.
All right.
I mean, I'm confused by all of the spy shit in this movie. Nicolas Cage steps out onto the porch and the sniper points a gun at him and says, I don't have a clean shot. I'm like, he's alone. Yeah. He's just drinking orange juice.
This is when we find out that the FBI can hear 2 minutes into the future.
Yep.
2 minutes.
Well, this is also where he's like, okay, well, I'm going to turn the TV up so we can talk and have this plan. Here's an envelope. There's $10,000 in it. Just take it and get away.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to just go outside and I'll deal with the FBI.
If you can help me drop a train on the good guys.
Dude, this shit's fucking crazy. Yeah, this is where he's like, all right, I'm going to make a run for it. So I know the terrorists are going to be after me. The FBI is going to be after me. And before that happens, though, we get, for some reason, a second scene in this movie where he's shaving. They say it's only been like 3 days since the beginning.
He doesn't have stubble.
Yeah, why is he shaving that often?
I don't know.
We also get a glimpse of Dr. Strangelove on the TV. Much better movie that I'd rather be watching.
Well, yeah, and the hubris of putting Strangelove in a movie about a nuclear attack. And then later we get the Ludwiko treatment from Clockwork Orange. So Lee Tamahori was just like, yeah, I've seen Kubrick. I'm as good as him, right?
But the stakes of this movie feel so lopsided because we know there's a nuke that's going to go off at some point, but we barely know where.
Yeah.
The terrorists, as I said, they're not defined at all. The FBI should be able to do their job without Nicolas Cage, but they're like, oh, we fucking suck, man. We can't do shit without Nicolas Cage.
Right. Yeah. Like they've spent a week trying to track him down when they could have just been looking for the nuke.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And we don't know anything about Jessica Biel other than she has an abusive ex and she teaches Native American kids. There's no wants, no needs, there's no desire, there's nothing. And then like we're 30 minutes or so from the end by the time we get to this part of the movie. And it feels like we went from act 1 to 3 without the act 2 in the middle.
And I truly felt like it was an hour into the movie when he says, they've got Liz. And I was like, oh, her name's Liz.
Yeah.
Like, I like did not register any character names in this movie.
It was shortly after at this point where it was kind of like, I just checked out and just let them, like, I just stopped thinking and I was like, I got to watch it for the podcast.
Just let it wash over you.
Yeah. But yeah, he goes on this run. She releases the pedal from this SUV and it just tumbles down this hill. It's very much that snow scene from Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles movie we watched, Nathan, where they're going down the mountain.
Yeah. Better movie.
But it ends with, Julianne Moore showing up and she's like, she knows she might die right here because she just can also guess that Nic Cage can see what she's thinking. I don't know, but he saves her from a bunch of logs falling on him.
Yeah, he tries to Final Destination to them.
Yep.
Again, like, this is a movie where the protagonist so badly doesn't want to help save civilians that he tries to kill FBI agents.
Yeah, he has the laziest bullet time dodge from the Matrix. It's so funny.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's so funny. But yeah, he gets captured by the FBI. Meanwhile, the terrorists capture Jessica Biel. And then Julianne Moore, puts him in this room and then like staples his eyes open and forces him to watch
Fox News.
I didn't realize that was her car that she drove off the cliff.
Yeah, that's why she has to walk away.
Okay, so this girl is so madly in love with him. Sure, I'll
break my car.
Okay.
This stunt though, the truck, like this stuntman here almost gets fucking crushed under this thing.
It's a good stunt.
Yeah, it's a good stunt. It's a good set piece. It just Nic Cage can't pull it off, man.
No. And then the plan is we're gonna have you watch the news because when this bomb goes off, every news station in the world is going to be reporting on it. So you'll be able to see it happen. And I'm like, so her hope is he'll watch TV until he gets a vision about this nuke going off. And then what? They'll have 2 minutes to stop it?
Well, I mean, to her credit, it kind of works a little bit.
A little bit.
But yeah, so he's watching the news and... The shit is, I fucking lost it, my boys. I did
too. I really did too.
And he sees news footage and it's not a nuke going off. It's Jessica Biel strapped to a wheelchair with a bomb vest on top of this parking garage. And it's a news report being like, oh, wait, we have, this woman. We can't identify her. There seems to be something going on. And then she explodes into a million pieces. And the news just broadcast it. They don't cut away. And it's just the news anchor going, oh my God.
She goes, there was a lady strapped to a wheelchair. What killed me is, I guess someone off screen hands her a piece of paper that's like, hey, we're hearing now that this lady's name was Elizabeth Cooper. I'm like, who called in? Is someone on the phone with the news station watching the news? And they're like, hey, that's my teacher. Oh no, Miss Cooper.
It's like watching the Challenger explode for some kid out there. It's fucking devastating. This shit was so fucking funny, though. She explodes into a billion pieces. It's so fucking funny.
They show it twice. Oh, God, it's so funny. And then Nic Cage is just like, hey, please let me out. And Julianne Moore is like, yeah, that makes sense. I'll put you back in your room. Like, the worst FBI agent.
He escapes the FBI facility and he arrives at the parking garage that he saw in his vision.
Mm-hmm. Okay, hold on. Wait. You're underplaying him escaping the FBI and military.
Because he does a little magic trick and punches the dude in the throat or whatever?
It's not a bad little action beat here.
It's not. But, okay, we knew he could do magic and see the future, but he's able to beat the shit out of everybody.
Yeah.
He's Austin Butler in the last act of Caught Stealing. He's suddenly the Terminator.
Dude, the FBI is the worst.
The military seems to be the worst too. Yeah. I don't know what's going on here.
There's also this weird little subplot where that's barely anything, where they're investigating this sex worker that was found dead in a hotel room. We see her very briefly, and they're like, yeah, there was trace amounts of radiation pills nearby.
What?
And it's like, yeah, we already know the bad guys are gonna set off a nuke.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to throw in a subplot to let us know they're also, crazy throat slashers.
But he walks out onto this parking garage and he somehow knows that the terrorists are gonna shoot him if he shows up. Like, they just know he's gonna arrive there somehow.
Yeah.
I didn't get this.
All I enjoyed was, thank you for giving me exploding Jessica Biel in slow motion, because that shot's hilarious. And then he tells Julianne Moore, every way I try this, she ends up dead. And I'm like, yeah, that's way more fun than showing us. Cool idea, movie.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he does step out onto this garage and we see this terrorist on top of a skyscraper, and he's trying to be nonchalant, but he's on top of a skyscraper, and then he rips this blanket off of his sniper rifle.
And he does this because Cage sees a vision of the van arriving with Jessica Biel in the back, which he wouldn't see because it's not his future.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be standing there. The movie just does what it wants. So we allow Nic Cage to turn on detective vision from Arkham Origins and reconstruct a crime scene that hasn't happened yet.
But yeah, he sees the license plate in the van. The sniper tries to shoot him, and I guess he just fakes getting shot by one.
Yeah, he dodges at the last second. Yeah.
And then a helicopter arises behind the terrorists, and they blow this guy to fuck.
Yeah, he couldn't hear the helicopter.
It's so funny.
And then their plan to rescue Jessica Biel is to set off an explosion next to they flip the van she's in, and she is covered in C4.
Yep. And blood. Someone else's blood is all over her.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where it turns into like some Call of Duty-esque shit, because the FBI and I don't know how many fucking terrorists are in this whole gang. It feels like a goddamn army.
I don't know.
But they're just at the docks. Nic Cage is just strolling with like a group of FBI agents around him, just shooting off screen at random people.
And it's a fun idea, like him telling them where to shoot. Like, there's one bit where he just knows there's a guy like behind a door, and he goes, 0.8 inches above the railing. Like, there's some neat ideas here, but it's all shot so flatly.
Yeah.
Like, it's I don't know, it's so weird that Tamahori became like a action director, because he just has this very journeyman style to the way he shoots. It's a lot of point and shoot.
Well, it's weird because it's just like there's no tension to this. Because
what are you laughing about?
Because he just pulled out a handgun to shoot a helicopter.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
And then it deters the helicopter. He's like, oh no.
He saw the end of Saving Private Ryan when Tom Hanks blew up a tank with a pistol. You remember that scene, right?
That's right.
Yeah, that happened.
But this scene makes there's no fun to this, because it's just Nic Cage tapping dudes on the shoulder, pointing off screen, and they're like, "Oh, thanks," and he shoots a guy, and then they just keep walking. Like it's so dumb.
And there's no sense of geography. Like at one point, he can see a sniper, and he's like, "Hey, there's a sniper up there on the third railing," but the sniper can't see the guys pointing guns at him.
Yep. Yeah, they board a cargo ship trying to evade the FBI and Nic Cage, and eventually the two groups just kind of meet up. And the terrorist, that's I guess like the key one, the main one.
Yeah, Thomas Kretschmann.
I don't think we ever get a name for him.
The credits call him Mr. Smith, which I don't think is said in the movie.
Why?
Because Lee Tamahori saw The Matrix.
Sure. But he's holding Jessica Biel hostage.
Yes, right.
He's got a gun to her. And then, Nic Cage dodges every bullet he shoots at him because he can see the future. And it's kind of funny.
It's kind of fun. Right before that, though, he goes full Madam Web and like splits off into like 20 different directions. And it seems to imply he has unlimited time to solve this. How does he make a mistake if he can do 30 different iterations in the space of a second?
Well, it's also like, show us the mistake. What was the mistake? It would be fun to have something in the plot that tells us, oh, I overlooked this detail or something, you know?
Right.
But you make him omniscient and it's like, well, now this character's boring.
And the only bit of this that gave me any kind of surprise is Julianne Moore throwing the female terrorist against a wall and unloading a full clip into her stomach was fucking crazy.
Oh, boys, I got to be honest with you. When they boarded this ship, I put the playback on 1.5 speed for like the next 15 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's just him walking through, pointing at bombs. They defuse it, and then they keep walking. And I'm like, I gotta get over this shit.
You just reminded me, when I started the movie, I put on the subtitles, and there was some kind of glitch in the stream that I was watching, and it was displaying the subtitles like 30 seconds ahead of time. And I was like, the subtitles have his power too.
But I did go back to normal when, this nuke goes off. This shit, it's fucking great. I got to be honest with you. I loved it.
Speaking of Call of Duty, this looks like a PS1 cutscene.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, it looks like the end of Nuketown whenever the nuke goes off.
Right.
I kind of just wish we got a little bit more of this like we do in Knowing when the sun flare happens. I want to see like Nic Cage's skin burn off his body and shit.
I know. Missed opportunity.
But then Nathan, what happens after the nuke goes off, Nathan?
Yeah, do you want me to take us through the end of this?
Yeah, please.
So the nuke goes off, and then we zoom at a Nic Cage's face because it's the previous day. He's just finished sleeping with Jessica Biel. And the entire last, 35, 40 minutes of the movie has been a vision he had.
What? What?
Yeah. Yep. And then he calls Julianne Moore, which I assume he tried every phone number until he found hers because he doesn't have her fucking phone number. He says, all right, I'll help find the bomb. And he tells Jessica Biel, like, you know, that classic morning after thing where he's like, hey, I'm sorry, I gotta go stop a bomb.
Just to be clear, if people haven't seen this movie, they may not fully grasp what's happening here.
Yes.
So the nuke goes off.
Sure does.
And then you look down at your time code tracker and you're like, oh, there's still like 10, 15 minutes of this movie left. What's the deal here? The movie then zooms out of Nic Cage's eye.
Yeah.
And he's back at the lodge with Jessica Biel the morning after they slept together.
Yep.
And it's a reveal that, the last, 20, 30 minutes.
Half of the movie.
Yeah, that you've been watching didn't actually happen.
Did not happen.
That's what could have happened.
If we decided to write a movie.
It is an utter betrayal, not only of storytelling in general, but
the form of cinema.
The rules that the movie established. Like, you cannot do this.
No.
You legally can't.
That means he had visions within visions.
I would love to have been in a movie theater in 2007, seeing this with a crowd, knowing what was going to happen, just to see the reaction. I'm surprised there weren't like mass hysteria, people ripping chairs out of the seat, like out of the bolts in the floor.
Yeah.
Like stabbing one another in the throat. Like, I cannot imagine why this didn't set off a fucking nuke inside the theater.
They cut something from the end of this movie that would have revealed that she was pregnant with his child, and that was somehow that was somehow boosting his power because she's going to be pregnant.
I'm getting so mad.
Yeah.
The last shot of the movie was going to be him driving away with Julianne Moore, and then it cut to Liz touching her stomach because she knows she's pregnant as immediately after he blasts.
I'm getting so fucking mad. I'm getting so mad.
But wait. If he could see the future,
Yeah.
did he see that he was going to get her pregnant?
I guess.
And he's like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, right. Exactly. He's like, if I pull out at the exact right time. Yeah. So the movie ends with him agreeing to help Julianne Moore, and they drive away from, by the way, the cliffhanger hotel. Like the movie is calling its shot.
I thought that was so fucking funny. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Bullshit.
But this feels less like a rug pull and more like you just got sucker punched in the mouth and then pissed on.
Yeah. And then the credits play too fast and then go backwards.
What did you just do to your audience? You just lobotomized you just told the audience you should not care about anything that just happened or that will continue to happen for the rest of this runtime.
Right.
Like, it's fucking infuriating.
It's insane. It's why I picked it for this show, because I think it's the most insulting ending I've ever seen.
I think we haven't done it on the show, and maybe I'll feel differently if we do it and I rewatch it. I feel like this is more insulting of an ending than The Devil Inside.
That's my other contender for worst ending of all time.
Because at least with that one, you can play into the whole, this was a found footage thing. We don't know what happened.
Right.
You could play into that. Sure. Whatever.
This is just not finished.
This is bullshit. That's what this is. I was so fucking mad, Nathan.
Can I take the sting out by telling you what I wish the movie had been?
Sure. I'm sorry. I'm not mad at you. I'm just mad in general.
Wouldn't it have been a better movie if every single scenario he was just like, I'm going to shit my pants. Like, that's how he gets out of every single tight spot. He's just like, all right, they're going to pull their guns on me. I'm going to shit my pants. And everyone's going to freak out and I will run away.
What if that's always like the first alternative that he tries?
It's the first thing I try every time.
I've never looked for a second one. The dealer gives me the cards. I shit my pants and then I take all the chips.
Imagine at the diner his first attempt in talking to Jessica.
I shit my pants. Can you help me?
Excuse me, ma'am. I've shit my pants.
Why wouldn't you tell the waitress that?
Shouldn't that something you should tell your waitress?
Oh, God.
It's something about the beans, the coffee that made me shit my pants.
I wouldn't be too upset about the gag of the credits playing fast and then cutting back to playing normal if the movie didn't just punch me in the throat while I was sleeping. Like, I fucking hated this movie. The ending.
What if right before the bomb went off, he was like, I made a mistake. And they're like, what? And he goes, I shit my pants.
And then the bomb goes off. I'm just thinking about all that shitty dialogue. Like, I like the rain. So do I.
Uh-oh.
I shit my pants.
And when he's trying to run away from the FBI, he's doing that little I shit my pants scuttle.
How to get brown.
Or when the bomb goes off and it cuts back to them in the bed and it's just, I shit my pants.
She's like, what's wrong? He's like, I gotta go. I shit my pants.
How'd it get brown?
Jesus
brown? Fucking Christ.
How'd it get brown?
Tell me.
God damn it.
Okay, we're just going to other movies now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the credits roll upwards instead of, or whatever, downwards instead of upwards, whatever the fuck. Who cares?
Uh-huh.
I'm fucking, I'm so fucking mad.
I know.
So mad.
It's so bad. This, I think, is my least favorite movie I've picked for the podcast. I know I'm already going into like recommendations, but
I'm fucking crying.
If I were teaching a film 101 class, I would show them this movie and go, put aside the performances, put aside the direction, put aside the editing, the color grading, put all that aside.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to focus on storytelling.
Yeah.
How do you feel at the end of this movie? Unfulfilled? Oh, that's a good adjective.
Right.
Oh my God. All right, well, sorry, I got to collect myself. What do we want to say about next before we get into our wrap-up segment, boys? Is there anything left on the table? Can we go back and have an alternate version of your notes, maybe?
Honestly, I think I've covered everything I care to talk about with Nicolas Cage's next.
Nathan, I'm not try to put you in the spotlight here, but what a way to kick off 2026, which
I know.
Have a feeling is going to be just as dog shit as 2025. And this is the perfect movie, I think, to set us up.
Not on the podcast. I think I've got good movies picked for the rest of the season at least.
Oh, no. I meant in general.
Sure.
Life in general. All right, let's get over to Prop Cop. So if you never tuned into the show before, Prop Cop is where the three of us are going to take a look at all the props in the movie next, and we are each going to cop one of those props for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan, this is your pick. What prop do you want most from next?
Oh, I want that envelope with $10,000 in it.
Damn it. God damn it. All right.
I knew you were going to pick that, Dustin.
That's why you picked it? You knew I was going to pick it?
Yeah, why don't you shit your pants about it?
Can I tell you one of my favorite bits on Harmontown? I don't remember what the context of it was, but it was someone saying, I think it may have been Rob Schraub. I think they were like, what if your dying wish you could, like when you're dying, you know how they say you shit your pants when you die? What if instead you could choose someone else's pants to shit? So as you die, you get to pick, I want this person to shit their pants. And I'm like, that's a great idea.
Oh man, that is good.
That's good, right?
Yeah.
JT, what prop do you want from next?
The wall clock in the diner.
Okay.
It's like that weird 50s looking thing.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I'll take Nic Cage's weird wristwatch that he wears.
Oh,
that
yeah.
seemed to be like it was going to be an important plot device that never came back into play.
No, I mean, honestly, none of the plot is important.
Oh,
That's
you're right.
what the ending tells us.
You're right. Well, there's lots of little side characters in this movie in the background, little FBI agents on the computer or whatever, people in the diner. Let's talk about who we would play in this movie if given the chance as a bit part.
And then...
I thought that was appropriate for the movie.
Yeah.
This happens and then... So who do we want to play in the movie? JT, we'll start with you.
The FBI agents, when the car was falling down the mountain, there's this one woman who is just running like hands flailing.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And it's like a quick cut, but it is hilarious.
She's running like Zoidberg, like.
I'll be the FBI agent that keeps trying to plan the counterattack against the terrorists. And Nic Cage is like, if you just shut up and do what I say, you'll live.
It's a good bit. He also gets to defuse a bomb.
He sure does. Nathan, who are you going to be?
Can you pull up the movie?
Sure.
At about 5 minutes and 30 seconds in. It's like the quickest I've ever found my bit part. Nic Cage is walking through a crowd of people and he passes this lady in a pink t-shirt that is just totally spiking the camera.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
There she is. She's looking straight at the camera.
This feels like they didn't block off this. That's real people.
Absolutely.
That's funny.
Really made me laugh.
That's funny. All right. Well, God damn it. I don't even know if you would call this a silver lining because nothing happened. We'll just call this a lining. What's a lining, boys, to next?
Liz might have avoided a second date.
Oh, yeah. Yep. She also avoided getting nuked and or blown up to death.
Yeah. She dodged possibly dodged a life of him winning every argument.
That's the thing. He's already manipulated her so much by just getting to talk to her.
Right.
Like everything, you couldn't date this guy. Everything you would just be on the back burner. Like every time you would be in the losing position.
Right.
What a narcissist this dude is. JT, what's your silver lining to next?
Fuck you, Frank Cadillac.
Yeah, fuck you.
If he gets any kind of recognition for preventing the bomb, maybe his Vegas magic show will have more in attendance.
There you go.
Sure. I wrote down Julianne Moore's assistant FBI agent guy, whoever that guy was. He doesn't actually get shot in the head like he does in the fake ending of this movie. So
right.
He's still alive. He gets shot point blank in the forehead. It's so fucking funny.
It didn't even register to me until you just mentioned that he was dead.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, this movie left me feeling quite irritated. I'm sure if you've seen it, you probably felt similar. So let's talk about a movie you should watch afterwards where they pick me up. I'm kind of annoyed that you've already brought it up once, Nathan, but I wrote down, what if I said Madam Web right here?
I thought about it.
this is not my official pick, but, as I'm watching the movie, I did think about this movie a lot. But if you haven't seen Brian De Palma's The Fury, it's not a great movie, but it does have some interesting stuff going on in it, and the ending is pretty fun.
Yeah.
So check that out. But my official one is a better movie involving a beautiful woman walking around the final act of a movie with a bomb vest on.
Oh.
And I'm going to go with Speed.
Oh, sure. Of course.
Hell yeah.
Nathan?
I had a couple here. So since Mally's not here, I have to throw out the requisite Gone in 60 Seconds.
Sure. He does boost cars in this movie.
He does. And my actual pick would be a more recent movie that I had a really good time with. It would qualify for the show, but I don't see us doing it anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Final Destination Bloodlines.
Yeah.
I had a blast and a half with.
It's pretty fun.
It's my favorite since the second one.
I think you're probably right. Yep. JT, what are you going to watch?
I can't confirm if I recommend this one or not, but...
Oh, I've done Speed a ton.
Oh, okay, cool. So, it's Nicolas Cage in Las Vegas, so Con Air.
There you go.
I thought you were about to say Leaving Las Vegas. Looking like, dude, come on. Yeah, Con Air rules.
You got to throw out one more?
Please.
Time Cop. For that sweet, sweet JCVD.
Sure. I already know the answer, but I have to ask, do we recommend next?
No, I think the only movie I've ever regretted putting on the schedule while I was watching it. I've had fun talking about it with you fellas.
Yeah, same.
But I do think I might rather shit my pants than watch this again.
I think so too. JT blew up.
There he goes.
I feel like the title of this movie is what your response should be when someone is pitching you what movie you should watch. If they're like, hey, you want to watch this? You go, nah, next. There is nothing exciting in this movie. They do nothing with the concept that I find interesting. The movie is like, if you're playing like Fallout or any other RPG and you're like, I'm going to do a quick save here and then I'm going to kill everyone in this fucking town.
Yeah.
And then I'll reload my save.
If it doesn't work out.
I did read an article that was like, this is save scumming the movie.
Yes.
Which is kind of true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now maybe I'll join the Centurions next time.
Yeah, this movie is dog, or I guess in this case, human shit in your pants.
Human
this movie
shit.
is ass. This thing is cheeks. Oh, God.
God damn.
I wish that was an option in a Fallout game where it's like, do you want to join the tunnel snakes? He's like, no, I'd rather shit my pants.
That's probably a dialogue option at some point in one of those games.
Yeah, where you shit your pants in front of Mr. House.
Oh, God.
Oh, it seems you shit your pants there, son.
Fallout, the TV show, it's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of season 2 so far. I found it to be jokier than I want Fallout to be, if that makes sense.
I think Fallout is pretty jokey. That's
It is.
why
I know,
I feel
I
like they're
agree.
not leaning enough into the joking. I feel like they're being a little too serious.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I need to give it another shot.
Yeah. All right. Well, without any further ado, I will go ahead and tell everyone, please, if you haven't already, subscribe, rate, and leave feedback wherever you're listening to us right now. We're
That's
on pretty
right.
much any Spotify, iTunes, whatever kind of podcasting app you want. We're there. You can also check us out on social media at Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok, and Lemonade. Our subreddit is reddit.com/r/silverliningsplaylist.
Mm-hmm.
Our website is tslppodcast.com. If you want to submit your own bit part cue, that little clip we play from a movie before we get into our bit part section, you can send your suggestion into us at the silverliningsplaylist@gmail.com, or you can use the contact us form on our website, which is also how you get in touch with us to let us know how you're doing. Let us know how the show's doing. If you got a suggestion for a movie we should cover, you can do it all there. And lastly, check out our Patreon. If you want more of the show, if you want episodes early, if you want a whole bunch of perks for just $1 a month after a 7-day free trial, patreon.com/silverliningsplaylist, where this week we have kicked off our Mighty Dorkin Power Rangers miniseries, talking about, of course, the 1995 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie.
Masterpiece.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun talking about that one.
Let's get sticky, y'all.
The ooze is back, baby. And you won't want to miss when we talk about the 2017 reboot coming up on the 15th of January.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's everything. But, if I look a few seconds into the future, I don't even need the full 2 minutes. I can just look real quickly and I can go ahead and tell you guys I've got a clue for our next episode. And that clue is, behold, Jimmy is coming with the clouds. If I had to look forward into the future, I think next episode is going to be an all-timer. It's going to be a banger.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've put off watching this movie until because I figured we were gonna cover it on the podcast. I missed it in the theaters.
Oh, do you know how it ends?
I do.
Oh,
I've had the ending spoiled for me.
Man.
Yeah. So I am fascinated by how we get there, though.
I gotta tell you, we barely make a bridge,
but
it is there.
Yeah,
it is there. There's so much to talk about with next episode. Okay, well, thank you for listening, everyone. Be sure to tune in next time where we're talking all about Jimmy. And rest in peace, Oatmeal. And as always, I'm a soul man.
I'm gonna shit my pants in 3 seconds if you don't log out of this podcast.
Hey, did you hear the joke about the Zen master who ordered the hot dog?
No.
He said he'd have one with everything.
Hey, it's JT. Thanks for listening to the Silver Linings Playlist. We'll be back for another episode soon. But in the meantime, check out our Patreon for more. Link in the description below. See ya.